It looks like an unsuspected Golf Mk2. It is in fact a Golf Mk2 16 valve big bumper model, but underneath this thing is a full 2-litre turbo, all-wheel drive Subaru floor pan. The classic looks of the Mk2 Golf with the performance and the all-wheel drive of the Subaru.
Mk2 Golf, gonna hate me, but GTI. It is a GTI show.
The purists are going to rate that one. It is technically a stock EJ20 with a remap, makes around the 300 horsepower mark. And the noises this makes, in my opinion, is far better than majority of the VW engines you could have put in there. That suspension is rock hard, isn't it, on that rear? Wow, you can feel it bounce around. So is it on coilovers all around?
Coilovers all around.
Okay. It's just the noise.
Everything.
Yeah. It's the noise for Subarus. You just can't get away from it. We all know as petrol heads, when we stood at the side of the road and you hear the burble, you always got the Subaru.
Because the thing is, obviously in here, I didn't know how loud it was until someone showed me a video. But the first time I saw it, I was like, you're hearing it, but as I say, I literally see people looking past the car. And
looking from behind.
Yeah, and I'm looking in my mirror like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know?
Listen to that! Oh, perfect! It's what you need.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you need on a drive out. Yeah.
Nice sunny weather. You know what I mean?
It ticks every box. Makes you smile. Got the noise. It got the looks because I prefer a Golf Mk2 over a Subaru.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got everything. I love it. I love it. It's just everything you want it to be.
Perfect.
It's everything you want it to be.
And as I told you, again, I've turned it down, but it's still just enough.
Yeah.
It's not overkill.
No, it's not going to get you in trouble for having too much.
No.
Smell the fuel. Oh, it's wonderful, isn't it? It's wonderful. At what point did they think manufacturers go, yeah, we need to get rid of all this and get rid of the noise and get rid of this? Why would you do that?
Honestly, whoever made that decision, I would like to have a word.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a word with them.
So obviously this started life as a Golf Mk2 16 valve GTI. Things to pick up on this area, which I didn't realise, is the front end has been extended by about 3 inches. Not only have you got the differential underneath, which if you're further enough away you can pick up on, but then you have the obligatory giant exhaust on the angle, which I think near enough every single Subaru has on the planet. So moving on to the interior. It is technically just a Subaru with a Mk2 dash, because the floor's obviously converted to the Subaru, so the seats are Subaru, gear stick, handbrake, all that type of thing is all from the Subaru. What Subarus were made for.
Yes. And what's more better than an all-classic and an all-classic joining together to make this beauty?
Yes. Yeah. And that's the thing with the purists that they hate. They can't. They just see the body as a one, where technically you need to look at it as if it's everything.
Yes.
You're putting something which, like say, the noise, the 4-wheel drive of the Subaru, but you're having this stunning look of a Mk2 Golf. And again, a Subaru guys will go, well, Subarus look good, but they rotted. They all rotted,
exactly,
didn't they?
And that's why the first thing I said, have you had a look at the sills?
Yes.
Good condition.
Yeah. But what would an example cost you? A good example of both of them,
Yeah.
and then join kind of the price and work the average. Because a good Subaru now, even a classic, like it's well, 5 to 10.
Yeah.
A good Golf GTI, 5 to 10. So it's somewhere around that. But this is technically, my opinion, is I would class this as more desirable. I know the purists are going to hate that, but because it's the joined of the two, it's more individual.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be very hard for you to see one of these again. You know what I mean? And then I would say it's one of one. They'll mention, I think it's been done on some kind of the Chop channel or something like that. Chop Shop or something like that.
yes,
But
yes. God, I never forgot about that one.
I was trying to tell them it went a floor plan swap. It was just a drivetrain swap.
Was it? I can't remember. Was it?
Yeah, drivetrain swap. I think
Right.
it was.
Okay.
So then when I was explaining to them, I was like, oh, because I think they opened the tunnel for the Mark II
I do remember it.
and then went that route. But I told them this is literally shell on floor. Then they're like, oh, that's different.
I remember that car because, in fact, now you've jogged my memory. I can remember they built it for Johnny Vegas.
Yes.
Listen to that. Such a distinctive engine noise. Just music.
Whole way.
I do feel for the next generation of car enthusiasts where everything's quiet and nothing's raw and nothing's supposed, the dash isn't supposed to rattle and shake and
No, you're just quiet,
yeah,
boring.
it's, oh no.
And you have to have on, you have to play the fake calm engine
Oh,
to
God,
get some
yeah.
sort of sound. It's gonna be a sad world.
He double looked, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was
He's
expecting
like,
to
"What the
Subaru the guy on the bike, wasn't he? So for me, I salute this stuff, but the purists, they're going to hate that it was a 16 valve. Probably a big bumper. Oh, God,
Yeah,
I can't,
honestly,
and white.
'cause
God, I
every
wonder how many
time-
white GTIs they were. Oh, never mind.
Every
mind.
time like I take it to like shows or whatnot, you have the 3 or 4s, not 1 or 2s, the 3 or 4s like fans of Mark IIs, and they will come. You can see like they're confused and like they're angry, but they're like, I'm not happy with you, but I have to give you some respect. Like, what's under the hood? I was like, it's not just what's under the hood, it's what's under the car, like what we're sitting on. Then when I would tell them, they're like, I don't know why. Again, I don't like it, but I have to respect it. So I have been getting the love-hate
So you bought this already with the swapped.
with the swap. Yeah.
Right, so it was an unfinished project, non-running,
Yeah.
already swapped.
Yep.
Now, my logic is then, so you've gone, I like Golfs,
Yep.
you like JDM,
Yep.
but you've never really done anything on Subaru, so you kind of jumped in feet first and thought,
Yep.
right, okay, big jump, big jump.
So when I caught my mate that I know breaks Subarus, I asked him if he's got some injectors, if he's got alternators, just anything that I could try to figure out what's going on with the car. And he's like, yeah. He was like, what version is it? Again, I wasn't familiar with the Subaru, so I was like, maybe what version?
Yeah.
So I sent him a video of the car, like showing me injectors. He's like, mate, you need to come see me right now. I was like, all right, cool. The car can't move, but I'll make my way. Went to see him. He's like, that car that you have, I done the fabrication work on it. Like,
Wow,
that's
okay.
my old car. So I was like, you're joking? He's like, no, I'm dead serious. The car's never been never touched the road or anything, but that's my old car. So he's on the fabrication, and it had in a 2.5 when he had it, and it blew up, and then he sold it on.
So did he build it then with a 2.5 but never finished it, and it
I
blew up
think-
before he got it on the road?
I think it was finished. It was
Okay.
running, because what he told me as well, a few things that he had in the car is no longer in the car.
Okay.
So when I got the car, as I say, it weren't running, so it's now got the 2.0 in it, which me personally I feel like is the stronger engine. The short blocks, they can take a lot more abuse than the 2.5s. The engine itself is completely stock. The clutch is upgraded stage 3 clutch. It's got a short shifter on it. The ECU is actually an ECU tune in Japan. It's on a Prova ECU,
Okay.
which I didn't know what the hell that was.
I don't know what that is.
So it's a ECU tune in Japan. It's got a little bit more timing. It's supposed to be a little more aggressive. It's supposed to be close to the 300 brake mark.
Okay.
That's just where she's at right now.
Okay, cool. So then let's go back to the guy who's obviously, you've turned up, the guy's gone, this is my old car.
Yep.
How come he got rid of it? How come, did you know the backstory why he built it? What was the story behind this?
So from what I gathered off my top of my head, from what he told me is, again, he's big into Subarus. Like, he has a fleet of Subarus.
Right.
So he had that, and then he had this just sitting around. Originally, this car was white.
Right.
He ratchet canned it matte black on his drive,
Right.
Because funny enough, my other mate told me, I swear I know this car from somewhere. I swear I know this car from somewhere. I was like, I have no idea. I just know. It's the only one I know that's been done in the UK. That's all I know. So I guess his backstory was he just liked the old classic and he liked the classic
He had the
Subarus as well.
Love it or hate it, the purists. Put in the comments whether this should have been built. I love it. And like I say, with the Johnny Vegas one, I thought they made a perfect car, and it was such a shame they destroyed it at the end. So yeah, something completely different. Thanks guys, I'll see you all on the next video.